So tell me about Aaron Berkshire. Tell me who you are and what you do.
What I do is I'm a content creator. I'm a photographer, videographer, and dabble in a little bit of other things here and there. But who I am, I would just say, just a creator in general. And my start by saying hello to you. How are you doing before we get into the questions?
I'm good. I'm really stoked about this setup. This is cool. It's the first time we're doing this, so what we're looking to do is venture off into more content creators, and not just content creators, but business owners in themselves as well, and focus on, right now is the time of nobody's getting any business. Business sucks right now. So
it sucks for everybody.
Yeah. So why not showcase these people and spotlight these people? So. Welcome.
Dude, I appreciate you having me on. I'm really excited to do this.
For sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, telling you about who I am is just, I'm someone who's really passionate about music and creating. And, what got me into music in general would be the fact that I was kind of just, like, raised in a music scene. And I have not blood family, but, like, people that I call family that I've known since I was like little kid, like under 10 years old, that have been in a band and like rock bands and like played shows. So I kind of grew up, going to shows even at a really young age. So just, and being, me in general, like I'm just a photographer that came from being in a band. It all started with being in bands for me. And, I was a drummer my entire life. And then I did the vocals thing for a little bit in a metal band. And then I was just kind of like at that point where I was like, it's not really like giving up. It's like I'm retiring from this to move on to this full time because I believe that this is kind of like my calling.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you think?
Yeah.
So when you started photography, did you start more into like portraiture, or did you start did you go directly into music photography?
Right. I would say it was two things that I did mainly, and that was my story very simply starts is the first time I ever grabbed a camera was at a concert, like a local show, because my wife now, when she became my girlfriend 4 years ago, she was a photographer. She did like weddings and like portraits for her, friends and families.
Yeah.
And so she had a nice like Canon camera, and I asked her, because all my pictures of me and my band were kind of just like terrible, just cell phone or just really bad photos. And I asked her if she'd take photos of me and my band, and she did. And pretty much, after she was done taking photos of me and my band, I was like, hey, can I grab the camera and take some photos of my friends and just play around? And of course, I was like shooting on auto, and I didn't know what I was doing at all, and just literally having fun. Just like, hey, I want to play with it. It's a toy. Let me play with it. So, so that's pretty much how that's my first photos was at a live concert. But my girl, as soon as she trusted me enough and taught me settings and photography, she would also let me take portraits of her for her social medias and stuff. So like I got to practice portraits as well. So yeah, live concerts and portraits is where I started.
What do you think you find yourself doing more? What do you like doing more? I know you shoot a lot of shows, but I also see you shoot like a very similar amount of portraits. What do you find you like to do more?
Man, that's a really hard question.
I know.
I would think if I had a number one favorite thing that I love doing photo-wise over everything, I would think it would be portraits. And what's crazy is you can take the aspect of a portrait and take it into live concert music photography. And, portraits is a style of photography for sure, but even when people are performing, like for instance, when I'm with a band and a singer's or guitar player's performing and you're in that photo pit, there's many different styles of photography you can do, and a portrait the definition of a portrait by nature is you have something in subject and everything behind it is kind of out of subject and bokeh. And there's, it's a nice composition of a nice subject. And like, that is what to me a portrait is to me, and kind of almost represents kind of like old school paintings of people or portraits to me. Like when I look at the Mona Lisa painting, I go, that's a portrait of Mona Lisa, or something like that. So like, portraits in general, you can kind of take into live concert photography.
Yeah, definitely. No, when I shoot weddings full time, that. So
yeah.
So
jealous, man. I love doing weddings.
Dude, they're so much fun. But even going from weddings to like concerts, I totally get what you're saying, because I'm always like trying to, even though I shouldn't, I'm always trying to focus on the eyes of the people and like that 100% portrait rule where you always want to focus on their eyes and not focus on anything else.
Yep.
I'm always trying to do that. It doesn't work with concerts at all. It's terrible to do with concerts.
It's hard, man. It's really hard. But I'd say portraits to answer that question. I would say portraits are overall my, especially outside portraits. And I think guys in bands have they really come to, I think, appreciate and love it, and because they are so used to getting live photography all the time for these band guys that want to like take some photos outside and stuff, and they end up actually really appreciating and liking portraits. And so I would say portraits overall my favorite style of photography.
Sweet. Now, what about video work though? Because you dabble in quite a bit of video work as well. So
yeah. And I've done. You brought up weddings earlier. I've done a total of 4 wedding videos now.
Yeah.
And the first 3 I did were all completely trashed. I'll never show anyone.
Yeah.
And there was a nice gap between the last one I did and the one I did most recently. I'm talking like over a year gap in time where I did it. And this newest wedding video I did, I'm so proud of. It's on another level of wedding video that I've ever done before. But like, I really do enjoy wedding video. But I would have to say like my favorite thing video wise right now was slowly turning into music videos. Before it was like live concert videos and stuff. Yeah,
you did a solid amount of those as well.
Yeah, I would have to say music videos are where I'm like really getting just sucked into like enjoying it.
Yeah, your music videos are looking pretty solid though. But I mean, that last wedding video you did was looking well too. And
you checked it out?
Yeah, I subscribed to you on YouTube, man. Come on.
Sick. You never know.
Yeah, so I've
awesome.
been doing photos for like 5 years for weddings, and I just switched over to full time like a year and a half ago, and now I'm finally getting into videos just because photos is getting so monotonous. Like you do the same thing.
It's becoming a video day and age as well, and you'll notice that like clients, whether it's a wedding or a band you're shooting, or everyone is really going to lean more towards like wanting. Eventually, they're going to ask you for video because like it's hard to just be a photographer nowadays. 2020. Content creating is so many different forms of putting out content, and I also do respect and appreciate people who are strictly photographers. And if I could have built a career on strictly taking pictures, I probably would have totally done that too. But I think video, it's just so intricate. It is, especially editing on video programs, and it's so much. And you got to really. If you can build a career on just taking photos and becoming a photo master in Photoshop and Lightroom and just being a photographer, heck yeah. But for me, I found a lot more success in doing video as well and not being able to offer all of it,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I booked like 35 weddings this year, and then I was like, man.
Dang, bro.
Yeah, I was like, man, I need to do something different because like I'm taking the same photos every wedding, and it's getting so monotonous and so boring. I was like, let me just buy the Sony, and plus I had to justify it to the wife, the fiance.
So you just which Sony did you get?
I got the A7 II. I just went simple for
the
now.
The A7 II. Okay,
yeah,
so the A7 II, that's a pretty sick camera. It's a good one.
I love it. I mean, I went from crop. Like I'm still shooting weddings full time on crop sensor. And
what's the other camera?
Just my D7100, my Nikon. But I've been shooting weddings on that for 4 years. And
Nikon.
Nobody's ever been like, oh, well, you shoot with a 7100. They're like, wow, your work is all right. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I went from crop to full frame mirrorless all in one step. And I was like, wow, this is insane. The difference is so crazy. It's wild.
Yeah. Full frame will change a lot. Full frame will definitely change a lot.
It does. So how's touring life? Like, what was your last tour you went on?
The last tour that I went on. Oh, Slaves, but it was back-to-back tours. So I took a little break. I had some personal things going on, and I took a little break for 5 days in between the tours. I did come home and take a break instead of being on the road for 70 days straight, which would have been very hard on my wife. Yeah, 70 days would have been in 70. It would have been a lot. Yeah. So I did a tour with Of Mice and Men, their new album release kind of little tour that they put on with For the Fallen Dreams, 1000 Below, and Bloodbather. And I went out with Of Mice and Men, and I was supposed to fly straight from Of Mice and Men to meet up with Slaves to do another month pretty much. And I had some stuff going on at home, and on top of that, I needed to get home and get my life right before I jumped out on this next thing. And Of Mice and Men were really, really awesome to me, and they were there for me and my feelings and what I was going through at that time. And they were totally down to let me, take off and go home for a few days and just get my mind right. And that was also them taking a huge chance on taking me out, because I've only worked for them like at a solo one-off show before. I've been homies with Alan and Aaron for a few years now, but like Alan hit me up and was like, yo, listen, man, we would want to have you come out and do content for this tour if you're available. And I was like, oh my God, dude, dream come true. I'm totally about it. Let's go. And Slaves are those guys. It's funny because like a couple of them live in Florida, only about less than 2 hours away from me. The bass player Colin and the guitar player Felipe. And Colin just hit me up one day out of the blue, like way earlier last year. It's like, listen, dude, I freaking love the content you're putting out.
Solid.
You were trying to make this, I love the way you brand yourself, and I would love for you to help us build our brand, and especially with our new singer, Matt. And when I went on the road with them, after Of Mice and Men, I came home and I went out with Slaves. Dude, I fell in love with those guys, and I think it's pretty mutual. And they become some of my best friends now. Matt McAndrew and Colin, Felipe, those guys, Weston, Zach, they are some of the nicest hearted people I've ever met. Matt McAndrew is like 100% on the side of the globe as a person, and just everything about him as Johnny. And I look at them as equally talented. I'm not going to say one guy's better than the other talent wise, but like just personality wise, Matt is like freaking just like totally the opposite kind of person as Johnny is, and I didn't get to know Johnny. I only know Johnny from an outside opinion. I've only met him, once in person. And but Matt, I love Matt to death, and I look at those guys as family now. And even still today, I say that I work for them. I work for them full time, helping with their, just their overall image and brand and social medias, and I just help out what I can and help them out. And so my last tour was Of Mice and Men / Slaves, and I've been off the road since then. And I was super excited to be on the road. Less than a week ago, I should have been on the road again.
We were supposed to meet up today, right? Today or tomorrow?
I think so.
One of these days.
I haven't even looked at Master Tour since the tour got postponed, canceled, one or the other. Don't even really know yet. I think it's just getting getting postponed. What? I definitely think the In This Moment Black Veil Brides tour is going to happen. I'm not going to say that it's not going to happen, because I haven't heard from anybody that it's not going to happen. So I'm just going to assume that definitely just going to get postponed, like other tours.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were supposed to be in Richmond today, though. We were supposed to meet up for like coffee or something. I don't know. But yeah, that tour is definitely going to happen. But speaking of Slave, you just directed their latest music video, right?
Yeah, it was totally random. I say when you shoot music videos, you're like, yeah, I directed, but I mean, I shot it. I shot the video. I told them what to do. I edited the entire video. I didn't have any help on it, so I was just thrown into that opportunity randomly, and I'm super, super grateful, humbled to do it. I've only done music videos. I think I'm up at about 29, 30 music videos total in 4 years, which I've only actually shared probably the last 10 to 15 of them.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
I had to get to a point where I was more proud of it, but this is music video as of today that I'm most proud of. I'm honestly, man, I'm a loss for words when it comes to the fact that video is even online as of today.
Yeah.
Can't believe it happened.
How's the reach been? How's it been taking to other people? Have other people liked it as well?
I stayed up so late last night and this morning, got up early, got on top of coffee just so I could read comments and just respond and read. And I've heard nothing but positivity, and I'm super grateful. I'm really glad that I'm really, really stoked that they were down to do that song, because I personally love that song, and I think it's such a great song. It just it helps represent what we're going through right now in the world, and the fact that you can get on the phone and talk to your friends, and you want to talk to them the way that you wish that they would talk to you, and maybe whether if you're going through something great or something bad, or you can just get on the phone and talk to a friend,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I definitely just, it's a great song, all of those songs with their new singer Matt is incredible, and again, so stoked on it.
Yeah. So I ask a lot of bands what their favorite tour stories are. So I mean, you go on tour.
Yeah.
You've been on tour a solid amount of time. So give me a good tour story. One solid.
A good tour story.
Dance Gavin Dance. They told me they took golf carts, stole golf carts, broke legs. Come on.
Dang.
You got to make it good.
All right, I mean, I have a couple. I think I would have a couple. It's funny because like, you think that crazy stuff happens all the time on tour,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you've heard this before, but it's like a lot of tours aren't as, especially if they're not the youngest of guys, they're not just smashing, throwing things, playing, going
Yeah.
partying, and doing golf carts. And I can't say that I've been around too many crazy things. I will say when a little over a year ago, actually, my first national tour, full tour, was with Chelsea Grin in really early of 2019 last year. And we, Chelsea Grin and Born in Osiris, we all got trapped in a Walmart parking lot and literally surrounded by a wall of snow where we couldn't drive out. Like, we literally couldn't drive the bandwagons out. And even the news media, we had to cancel 2 shows, and the news station came out and they filmed. Born of Osiris was like it was their tours, the headline.
Yeah.
They're the headliner, so we weren't like on the news or anything. But I was standing outside of the bandwagon in the freezing cold, watching Born of Osiris and their entire crew and tour manager all talk to the news about how we were all stranded in this. We were literally surrounded by walls of snow, like we couldn't even get out. Like, we parked, and then we woke up the next morning. We were like barricaded in by walls of snow from the snowstorm in Utah, and like, I think that was a pretty crazy thing that happened. And I can't say that I have anything bonkers. Everybody on the Summer
cool.
Disrupt tour, partied and played games and skateboarded, and but as of right now, I don't have anything completely crazy. I did 7 tours last year and 2 the year before in 2018. So in the past 2 years, I've done a total of like 9 tours, and yeah, I haven't really experienced anything too wild yet, but man, I'm ready. Ready to film it, ready to document it.
Yeah.
Just gotta wait for something to happen.
That camera life. So a big thing right now is COVID-19, coronavirus. It's affecting a ton of people. It's affected me. I've lost $2,000 personally this month. I have constant weddings booking, like just postponing on me. How's it affecting you?
I'm in the same boat, man. I'm in the same boat. And it's funny. It's not funny, but it's funny that at first I said, "Oh man, the music industry was." It's not funny at all. I don't know why I said that. It's just a habit. But the music industry was first, and it hurt me, and it hurt everyone I knew. And then now I feel that we are part of a whole much more world. If you think about theme parks, restaurants, movie theaters, every single thing in this whole world, country, whatever, of just entertainment, any form of entertainment or socialism, even sitting in a restaurant with people next to you, we're all out of work. The whole world is in a very, very unfortunate time right now, and it crushed me, man. Like you said, you lost money this month. I was my first show with Black Veil Brides was supposed to be less than a week ago, and I'm not going to say how much money I lost out on this month, but I will say that it's close to the most that I would have ever made in my career as of now. And I was really, really excited to pay off my credit cards, pay off photography gear, catch up, donate money to the bills of my family, and help my wife and I get closer to, we want to buy a house next year, and get closer to just, I thought, this is funny. I shared a meme recently that got shared a lot, and not just by, people that saw me share, but like just in general the world. Did you see the meme that was did you ever feel that you were closer to being was it successful in life, or you were closer to having your life together right before this all happened? And now it's definitely me, because I come from nothing, and I was, I'm at the point right now where I'm like, yeah, man, I've worked so hard, and I'm finally getting where I want to be, and I'm going to make money, and my wife doesn't think I'm a loser, and like, and like so many things that were going good. And then COVID-19 happened, and it's, I'm grateful that we're healthy, and we're abiding by all the, local or whatever regional rules or things that we're supposed to do. Today we did go out and take photos, but we weren't around anyone. We went to a park that's still open, and there wasn't even another person in sight. It was just me and my wife, or my wife and I. And so we're definitely taking precautions and completely staying completely healthy.
That's spray sanitizer though.
Dude, I have so many. They're everywhere.
There you go. I actually got a couple too.
Yeah, but it's definitely affected my financial life, and I consider myself jobless. I'm jobless right now. I don't have anything booked. I wasn't even taking bookings or doing anything because I was supposed to be on tour. So like people who had even hollered at me for a photo shoot or anything at all, I said, oh, unfortunately I'm going to be on tour. And they're like, oh, good for you. No worries. And I was like even recommending friends of mine, like hit up so-and-so. They'll definitely be able to, help you out, and just turning down jobs because I was supposed to be on the road for damn near 3 months. And, now I'm jobless. I have nothing. So I am. I just put up some new merchandise, which I'll totally plug right here. Got some shirt. Got a couple new dad hats, and I haven't been posting about the merch heavily too much. A little bit on my Instagram story, but I haven't been posting about it too hard, and I haven't been posting about prints being available because I see so many photographers posting that their prints are available, and I'm not saying I totally respect and have all their backs too. Like I've shared a couple of my friends posts about having prints available, but I just feel that right now we're in a time where I don't think anyone has any money.
Yeah.
And even though I have shirts and hats and merch available and presets and prints and all these things available, I post a little bit about it, but I haven't been. And I'm going to make a post tomorrow about it because I took some new pictures today in my new shirt, and I'm really proud of my new merch. But I'm not offended or pressuring, or even if I don't get zero sales, because right now I understand that a lot of people are out of work and people are probably afraid to go spend money on groceries, let alone support your favorite artist. And as much as I support my favorite artist, I don't think I could buy an A Day to Remember t-shirt right now or anything. I can't, or an Adidas shirt. I can't buy anything because the whole world has come to a halt with money, and financial.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't I haven't posted anything about any weddings or any booking any weddings. I've just been commenting on random threads that come up, but other than that, nothing. Nobody has money. Everybody's getting killed by this now. So you didn't have any other future bookings though that it affected other than this tour, right?
So I've booked this entire year to work specifically, exclusively, no, specifically for Black Veil Brides and Slaves. And Slaves is getting their record out, and then we're rushing booking any crazy tours or booking anything right now. So that's on kind of the back end. And Black Veil Brides had me booked until December. I'm booked with them right now until the end of the year. So they're the only band that I'm going out on tour with, that I'm exclusively saying that I work with, and I'm, it says on my Facebook I'm employed with Black Veil Brides, and that's the only band that I was going to tour with this year. So other than local music video shoots here and there, which I didn't have anything booked, so nothing's been canceled because I didn't book anything.
There you go.
So
well, that's a plus. I guess.
Yeah, didn't have to necessarily cancel because nothing was booked because I was supposed to be gone. So it's a funny place to be in. So not really. I'm just kind of taking it day by day. Whatever happens, and
there you go. So what's next? I mean, of course we got to get through this virus first, but what's next?
I would say I'm going to try and film YouTube videos every day.
There you go. Get on that daily vlog.
I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm just going to try, and even some videos, I'm completely confident to say that you could call it copying other people or videos that have been done, but everyone's inspired by somebody. And even though I have favorite YouTubers or photographers, I'm sure that I completely love Peter McKinnon, and he's my favorite photographer. And he's taught me so much. He's like a college professor. Everything I've learned is pretty much from this guy. And even though I know things and seen things and been inspired by things that he's done, I still have lots of friends that haven't seen him or seen those videos. Specifically, I just put out a video on my YouTube on how to float some stuff in photography, just kind of float some cool stuff, a lens or whatever, a coffee mug. And I was inspired fully by Peter McKinnon's video, and I didn't do it to copy him. I did it because I still have plenty of friends that don't know who Peter McKinnon is or don't follow him and even are into photography, music photographers, and they've still never seen it, even though he has billions of views and followers and all that stuff. And not just him, there's a ton of people on YouTube that have done videos on how to float something. There's still that many people that haven't seen it done, So the fact is, I actually love it, and I think it's super cool. And even though it's already been done, people have taken live concert photos, but I still take live concert photos for a living. So I don't look at that as a negative thing. I look at it as even if you're recreating something that's everything's already been done in this world.
Yeah.
All
sure.
I tell every band that I talk to, or I have a lot of younger bands that I kind of like, I wouldn't say manage, but like mentor and help out with advice and stuff like that, and shoot their music videos. And they ask me on my advice on doing things and releasing things and just kind of helping their brand and image. And, I tell a lot of people, remember, everything's already been done. You're just trying to like do it with your little spark on top of it. And, people will still respect it,
Yeah, for
So
sure.
like for me, I'm not saying every single YouTube video I do is going to be something that's already been done. I definitely want to be creative and be unique. And it's hard. I'm sure as a creator,
No, I definitely feel
you've
it.
hit that you've hit that bone. It's like musical artists talk about when they go to write songs. Sometimes they hit something called writer's block. Man, if you're a photographer or a video creator, you can hit that creator's block. That's right. So
terrible.
What's wrong with getting on YouTube and being inspired by someone that inspires you and going, I'm shaking the camera every time I shake my desk. What's wrong with seeing something that inspires you and go, I want to give this a try. I want to do this and see how mine turn out. And, there's people that may not know who this said person is on YouTube, and they may follow my Facebook or my Instagram, and now they just saw something cool. And it even just one person, and that happened. My buddy, I'm going to shout him out. My little buddy, Mac from Orlando, cool little photographer,
There you go.
Good little homie of mine. Max Starnes Official is a good little buddy of mine. He had never, seen that before, and he saw me do it, and he did it today, and he posted it, and I'm super stoked and proud of that. Even just one person taking something from it, good enough for me. You can't do things only specifically to know what numbers or people or what's going to come out of it. You also have to do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I love floating coffee mugs and lenses. I just love it. I think it's cool. And even though I learned about it and saw Peter McKinnon do it on YouTube, it doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to do it too. Like that's so if there's people out there, I encourage you. If you guys are out there and you see people do stuff on YouTube or Instagram and you think it's cool and you want to do it and it inspires you, do it. Don't give a beep. Don't care what anybody thinks. If you're inspired if you think something's cool, you should do it. And that's me, man. I'm only good doing things that I think is cool, that I like doing, and doesn't matter what other people think. I never should. Just do it because you want to do it.
For sure.
Yeah. So, but YouTube videos are next. More merchandise is next, and more music videos. Touring's at a halt until concerts can start again.
No, yeah, I definitely understand. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I guess that's it. That's pretty much it. You want to plug that merch again? Plug that website? Plug that YouTube? Plug it all?
Yeah. My website is aaronberkshire.net. Shop. It's all over I'm posting it all over my Facebook and Instagram. So if anybody's interested in a cool little floating camera shirt or
it is floating. It is floating. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, the camera's floating for the shirt. Yeah, it's literally. Well, what I did was I took a photo of my hand floating a camera, and I took the raw photo and I sent it to my design artist, Nick Bailey. Nick Bailey designs on Instagram. You guys check him out if you like cool designs for your band and stuff. He's really good. He took the photo that I sent him, and he created this design from the inspiration of the photo that I sent him. So I thought that was really cool. I wanted something different, and a lot of people I've talked to go, photographer merch doesn't really sell that good. Why doesn't photographer? I was like, so let's change that. Let's come up with a design that people could see, whether my initials are on it or not. Let's come up with a cool photographer shirt, a design that maybe people that are into music industry or just alternative, a cool black tee, and see it and go, dang, that shirt is sick, man. Or even a hat like this pink, dad hat.
Everybody loves dad hats.
Everybody loves dad hats. I love dad hats. The dad hat, it started with my friend, my old friend made me one specifically just for me as a gift. I didn't even ask for it. He took the camera emoji off of Google, and originally I thought it was kind of boring, and I was like, it's just a camera emoji on a hat. And I started thinking, I was like, you know what, dude, every time I go into Forever 21, H&M, or any of these stores, Zara, I never see dad hats that just have a cool little camera emoji on it. So I got on Google and I was like, camera emoji dad hat. Nothing pulled up. And I was like, I'm gonna create a hat that has a camera emoji on it for all the photographers that just wish they had a black or hot pink or a pink dad hat that has a cool camera emoji on it. Sick. Yeah. Why not? I rock it. Whatever. And again, if nobody picks up any merch, I'm not offended by it. I hope you guys check it out, pick something up. That's my only form of income right now would be my merchandise or my presets or my prints, but not sweating it either way, man. I want everybody to do what's best for them in this time of pandemic that the world is going through.
It is a pandemic.
It's a pandemic. I know. It's really, you know, I hope everyone stays safe, you know, you too and your family and anyone who watches this. Dude, I appreciate you having me on, dude.
No
I appreciate you doing this.
I'm 100% cool with this, but yeah. What's that YouTube?
Thanks for having me on, man. My YouTube is you can just type Aaron Berkshire on YouTube. Just type my name out on YouTube, search my name, it'll pop up. Got some cool video ideas. Hopefully be able to film it. I got nothing but time on my hands, so hopefully I should be able to do it soon.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. Thanks so much, dude.
Yeah, thanks for chatting.